Good morning, Coach Banks, Dr. Pickering, and good morning, young men of 707 football program. My name is Marvin Rhodes. I played football in high school and college here in Nashville, Tennessee. I also served as a local pastor for over 10 years in the cities of Nashville, Columbia, Tennessee, and Knoxville, Tennessee, and now serve as an evangelist to the Church of God Sanctified. I've operated 3 businesses here in the Nashville community: Rhodes Financial Planners, Rhodes Computers, and the last business that I owned here in Nashville was Rhodes Clothiers. Today I attend Tennessee State University, where I'm completing my degree in professional studies with a concentration on information systems. You laugh, I hear you, you laugh. Here at the age of 72, I'm happy to say after 50 years away from college, now I'm back at college completing my life's ambition, and that is to finish college this time. Gentlemen, I'm here to share with you how the twins of hurt and hope hold your happiness. It is my desire that my words serve both to challenge and inspire you as you pursue your athletic future in football. Keep in mind, if you will, the twins of hurt and hope. They hold your happiness. In setting the stage for us this morning, I'm here to say, young people, in spite of your failures, in spite of your mistakes, you can make it. You can be successful. Life can be all that you hope for it to be and more. I know, I've heard it said. Young people will say to you, we don't care how much you know, Mr. Rhodes, as long as we know how much you care. Glad you said that. Young men, the reason that I'm here this morning is that I care. You'll have disappointments. You'll know what it is to fail sometimes. And then you will have individuals that you have confidence in that will fail you as well. But in spite of your disappointments, don't permit your failures to keep you from accepting your successes, nor defeat you, nor define you. Your best, even in trying times, is what you want to show. If you fall down, don't stay down. Get up. I'd like to illustrate to you or share with you a Bible story about a young man by the name of Joseph in a situation similar to probably some of you all. Joseph was a young man that was favored by his father, and his brothers didn't like that fact. His father favored Joseph by making him a coat of many colors. And this action of his father brought jealousy out of his brothers. His brothers, due to their jealousy, wanted to get rid of Joseph. They desired to kill him. So Joseph experienced the hurt that only one can know from a brother. And that is, they set out to destroy him. In the lesson of Joseph and his trials, 3 points I want to bring to you today. The hurt of the pit, the hurt of the palace, and the hurt of prison. These are the 3 hurts that Joseph experienced, but yet the hope that Joseph had continued to live. In the pit, it was Joseph's brothers that hurt him. And they hurt him by the action that they took of throwing him in the pit, hoping that he would die. When Joseph did not meet his death in the pit, his brothers now again brings hurt to him by selling him into slavery. In selling Joseph into slavery, from the pit, now Joseph finds himself in the palace. It's in the palace where it's words and not deeds. It's the words of the king's wife that desired to have Joseph sexually, that set forth to destroy him again. For she lied on Joseph that he had raped her. This caused Joseph to now have to leave the pit and find himself in prison. Another hurt. But in prison, we find this fact for the man Joseph. In prison, Joseph's father, once again, comes on the scene. For here it's in prison that things change in the life of Joseph. Joseph's father had given him a gift. Not his earthly father, but his heavenly father. And this gift was a gift of interpreting dreams. Joseph interpreted the dream that enabled him to now leave prison and go from a prisoner to one that rules. He's now in Egypt. In Egypt, and there's a famine in the land. There's a shortage of food. But Joseph has been elevated to a position of authority. And his brothers make their way to Egypt. In Egypt, the ones who set out to destroy Joseph are going to be the ones that are going to rely on Joseph. They are confronted with their brother and didn't know it. They didn't know Joseph, but Joseph knew them. This journey that Joseph was on, young man, is what we're here to talk about. From hurt to hope and happiness. It was Joseph's hurt in the pit, the palace, and the prison that demonstrated that hope continues to survive. For it was Joseph's survival that brings him to the place that, confronted with his brothers, he could show happiness now. Once again, reunited with his brothers. And this is his declaration to them. And this is what I want you to take away with you, young men. When things don't seem right, doesn't mean they won't end right. Joseph says to his brothers, though you might have done what you did for evil, God meant it for good. So I close by saying to us, don't give up. Don't give in. Don't quit. And don't stop. If you fall down, don't stay down. Get back up. The twins of hope and hurt, they hold your happiness.